Before I start this video, I would like to give a trigger warning and like to say if at any point in time anything I'm saying is getting too intense for you, to turn it off and to recenter and ground yourself. Most know my name, but very few know who I am. And very few know all I've actually gone through. And until recently, almost no one knew what I have been going through. For a handful of the last months, I've been a victim, but more so a survivor and a warrior of various types of domestic abuse, which I will not and choose not to specify at this moment, from somebody that said they cared about me, but more importantly, that I cared about. And while a lot of people saw a happy, bright and shining and glowing 25-year-old celebrating their birthday in Atlanta, I was running from the girl who just the week before was saying fuck celebrating my birthday because my face is too fucked up. And what the hell do I have to celebrate when this is what I'm dealing with? And as much as me has hid away, I've always prided heavily myself on showing my darkness, showing my vulnerabilities and my insecurities and my fuck ups. But a lot of times I've never gave people a peep in when it's been at its greatest. And right now, I don't know. I guess something in me is finally saying, fuck it. What am I hiding for? And so I made the extremely hard decision of deciding to move forward with pressing charges. And as much as I think some would celebrate that, I don't celebrate it for simply, I know how the dominoes may fall, and at the end of the day, any decision like this affects many lives and opens the door to a process that you cannot try to plot or figure out the outcome to in your head or figure out how it's gonna go. But I needed to take a big step away to be able to make a decision not from a place of fear or anger or worry or shame or embarrassment or feeling like I'm on the run. But from a place of honesty, love, grounding, calmness, and quiet, I needed to take a step away and listen. And some of the shit I heard hurt. But eventually, when I got past the doubt, bro, so much shame and embarrassment. A big chunk of me just realized that I was trying to be the nice girl so much that I let the wolf inside of me get caged up and allowed my boundaries to be unaffirmed. And there's nothing that another person does that has to do with me. It has to do with them and their own demons and their own darkness and their own problems. But nonetheless, you do, or I do, always gotta go back and look and see where I ignored myself, didn't listen to myself, made my moves from a place of fear, worry, silence, or wanting to make sure others are good before me. And that's just not working. Because the only one who gets hurt when you make moves in your life, and by moves I make decisions and choices for others, when you know it's going against yourself, is you. And I just started to ask myself, what was I saying if at its most extreme I didn't protect myself, and I'm not setting boundaries. I'm not seeking justice for my own self, for the protection of another, because I care about them. I have been through so much. That I laugh right now because it's almost like, when did I get so afraid? When I have nothing to be afraid of. Because my experiences, the same experiences that, I'm trying to change and hide and feel so much shame for, are the same ones that made me exactly the way I am. This person that I celebrate so much. So, I recorded this whole video, and it definitely was good, half an hour. But when I pressed stop, only about 17 minutes got saved to my phone due to lack of a space. I wasn't gonna come back and finish, but I deserve to finish saying what I was saying. And it's that this woman that I celebrate, me, so much, the same way I tell y'all to celebrate yourselves, how dare I take a woman I celebrate so much and not stand up for her? not seek justice for myself because of what? Wanting to make sure others have received things in life that I've wanted. Like knowing that somebody actually took the second to think about where you are, what you're feeling, what's been going on in your life, and how that might be affecting and pouring out into your everyday life. To want somebody to take a second to say, fuck it, I'm gonna take a chance on them. Or for somebody to take a second and say, you know what, like, everybody's counting you out, but I'm betting on you, so get up and keep your head up. Giving people something that I think, to me felt noble to give, the things that you've never had. Honesty, transparency, someone not judging you to hold you down no matter what. Someone who's never gonna tell you you're too much or too little of something, but to push you to be exactly all that you are. And I haven't been doing it for myself. It's great giving it to others. That's what I've always wanted. But the disservice is that I didn't get it, so I knew to have empathy and compassion to give it to those when I recognize certain patterns, behaviors, or signs, or has certain gut feelings. But what about those gut feelings of myself? Those signs that I see with my own patterns, behaviors? Where was I pouring back in? And then you start to realize that I love myself, but something don't add up here. Something in this equation not making sense. So maybe I need to go back and look at the equation, because if there's real, genuine self-love, if it's to the depth that I say it is, then something here is getting fucked up. And if it's not the other things, then it's the self-love that's corrupted, that got to get worked on. And exactly why I said, when I took time to step away and just listen to myself, some of the shit I heard hurt. It's really crazy when you really genuinely believe you've been yourself the whole time, but you really haven't been, because and not affirming your boundaries and not standing up for yourself and giving to those more than you give to yourself, you're doing nothing but a disservice to yourself. And that was a choice that I couldn't be okay with. So I took my time, built my heart up, and pulled the trigger. And what made the decision so hard is the fact that I knew that my innocence, the innocence that I've been trying to hold so hard to, that has left my behind for about 20 years now. Okay, innocence got lost when I was a kid. Life got heavy and real once I hit about 5, 6. That innocence I've been trying to hold on to, it was never mine to hold, because I was always somebody who sought out knowledge, who asked why. And once you start asking questions, you get answers. You're not innocent because now you're aware, so therefore you're given choice. You're given opportunities. You're given a voice. You're no longer innocent because you can't say you didn't know or you didn't have a feeling or something. And that's not to say now to punish yourself. is to say that the next time I feel this, next time I even see that chess pieces are starting to come the way they come together on the board, that I've seen this play before. I've seen these moves getting made, and the last time, this was my thinking, this was my feelings, this is how I then, began to move and behave due to these thinkings and feelings. And this time around, to be able to have a different end result, I need to now already seeing the pieces come together, know that I need to tack on to my thought process. Because if I'm on my thought process, then how that thought process trickles into how I speak to myself, which trickles into my behaviors, will now be for my benefit, because I'm more on it and aware of where I didn't listen to myself last time. So there will be no next time, because I'm already moving different in this situation. So it already doesn't look like that situation. So it can't be the same repetition. It was that if it felt right for me to truly just stick with the things that I have already done and put in motion and let it rock, then I have to know that I'm okay with whatever this speeding ball down the hill does afterwards. Because this ball stopped at my stone, and I might have put a bump in its step, but it's still rolling. And honestly, the honest part about it all is that I wasn't willing to tell myself that I don't fucking matter and that the shit that happened was okay. I'm not willing to sit there and tell myself that I'm okay with the next person that this happens to. I'm not willing to sit here and tell myself that it's okay that many people around my environment have known of past situations, experiences, and repetitive behaviors and patterns, and they stayed quiet. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I peep. And I understand that, not everyone's deserving of the nice girl. Not everyone's deserving of all that I pour in. And that is not me being malicious or a savage or a monster or fucked up. That's me understanding who the fuck I am, and that I'm not bred like most, so therefore there's a level of understanding and that might not be to your capacity. And that's okay. That I don't always have to be the nice person if that means overstepping my own boundaries. I'm not okay with knowing that I'm not innocent and choosing to be silent. For whatever woman could come, was supposed to come, whatever the case may be, she would have no warning. I would have just took the can that I was fighting with and just said, hey, on to the next. And I'm not okay with that. So I choose not to be silent. I choose to stand up for my temple, my mind, my body, my spirit, for me. And to know that my decision is also standing up for every and any other person who would have got tripped up in some shit because everyone likes to mind their business. It's really interesting, the business that we do mind, though. I don't know where this all goes, as I've told you, but what I do know is that,
you will not be able to sit here and say, I think this is who she is. I heard ABC. That's no longer the case, because I'm going to tell you who I am. I'm going to tell you who I am. And I'm going to tell you about my experiences. Because they made me this way. And if I celebrate this divine being that I am, this preternatural creature that I am, this godlight that I am, the love, the empathy, the compassion, the siren, the mystery, the vixen that I am, then I'm celebrating all the fucking experiences that got me here, including this one. Including this one. I know that people are going to be reaching out, and I say now in advance, thank you. I'm still healing. I'm still me, and I still process things in my own space and time. I'm just not ready to begin to put some light there. So if I don't respond or answer every phone call, please take no offense to it. Know that I feel your energy. I appreciate it, and I will get back to you. But I'm thinking about me. And me needs to not be talking to hella people, feeling their energy, meaning their genuine worry and concern and love for me, because then I feel like I need to be harder. I need to heal faster. I need to be okay quicker, so that when other people get around me, talk to me, or feel my energy, that they know I'm okay, so that they can now no longer have that sense of worry or fear. But again, that does me a disservice at rushing a healing process. I'm trying to pretend that I'm good when I'm really not good. So I'm giving myself that time. I don't know what that time looks like. I don't know what I wiped my slate clean. Shit, the universe just wiped my slate clean. So all I know is what I'm hearing when I listen to myself, and that's that I'm in no rush to come and intertwine energy so that others know I'm good. I need to make sure I'm good. And until I know that I can listen to myself and not have to take what I'm hearing and then, find the strength to move with myself, then I choose to keep myself in my solitude to practice that behavior with myself. Because if my own mind can convince me to go against myself, then any other person can. And so what I won't allow is my own self to convince myself to go against what I know is true to my being. Therefore, making sure that no other being is able to, even if I have full understanding and perspective and a bird's eye view. So, you know my name, but you really don't know who I am. I've been a victim, but most of all, I've been a warrior and a survivor of all that I've ever gone through. Of abuse, of child loss, suicide attempts, depression, anxiety, but of overcoming, of transformation and knowing how to kill all parts of yourself, burn all soil that you know alive and start fresh, of coming back harder than before. Behind any comma of what I am a victim of, the next thing is what I'm a survivor of. And you will hear that story told through me. And I hope that if you've made it this far, I thank you. And I appreciate you, and I send you love and blessings always. Anybody you know can relate to this, send it. otherwise. It gets really dark and lonely. And the bottom set, experiences like this will take you through. And to any woman who's secretly going through this or has gone through this, I love you. You are loved, and first and foremost by yourself. And when you need that drive, that push, it's that self-love that you go back to. And when you feel like you don't have enough to push, pour into yourself. Pour into yourself until you're able to choose you. Or, I know it's hard, but ask for help. Even if it's one person. Ask for help from the person that you know will pour into you in a way that you can't pour into yourself without asking that you do the same back for them at that moment. Like, I don't know what this journey is about to look like, but I'm about to give y'all a peek into what it's like to take the car into the garage, to take the soul, to take the plant into the garage and do some root checking. I appreciate y'all for listening and tuning in and following on my journey. Like, comment, subscribe, or don't. But I appreciate it if you did. And keep a lookout for more from me. More about official shop at Dose of Debs and all of my skincare products and my crystals and art. Keep a lookout for more of the plants and the food and the herbs that I grow. And pour into yourself, because I for sure am pouring into me right now. It wasn't until that day when I came to understand it that the goddess that I am is a goddess of love and a goddess of giving. But I need not ever be ashamed or feel bad for taking away what I give, or for seeking justice when wrong has been done. For just as much as I am a loving goddess, a caring, compassionate, and kind being, I'm a force to be reckoned with. I'm not vengeful. But when you think about it, I am merciful. And that when I know I can bite someone's head off, I choose not to. I choose to move with compassion, love, and understanding. But I need no longer use those as excuses to disrespect my boundaries or my walls by letting another do so. And feeling that by seeking justice and drawing those lines thicker, that I'm hurting them more than anything they could have done to me. But in actuality, the only part about that I am correct about is that nothing that they could have done to me will do as much damage than what I'm doing to myself by ignoring my bounds and drawing my lines thinner. I've never felt more rooted and unconcerned with the flowers I've bloomed, because they are not a show of my growth and success or my strength. My stem, my roots, those are. I wish I had nothing but peace, love, and blessings. And I'll see you guys shortly. Bye.